music. If it's ever too loud, just send a message, or you can even unmute yourself and say, I can't hear you, and I'm happy to adjust. Hillary, great to see you. And Shannon, great to see you. Paul, hello. Welcome in. Great to have you tonight. Let's begin, yogis. Let's find a seat on the mat.
Jeremy, do you want us to keep our video on or off?
Yogis, that is absolutely up to you. Up to you how you want to practice. And I offer feedback. I have you on this little screen, but also up on the big screen, so I can see what you're doing, and then I adjust my cues if I see you. However, I've learned in this fabulous. I've learned in this online environment that your yoga practice is your practice, and it's absolutely for you to take what you will out of it and put what you will into it. And sometimes having that observed in this setting is odd. Though sometimes seeing someone through the screen is lovely. So it's up to you. That's my long story. Here we are. Let's find a comfortable seat, whatever that is. Your legs may be crossed or folded underneath you. But send a little energy up the spine so you're sitting up tall. And find your breath rhythm. We'll do 3 cleansing breaths. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. One more time, fill up. And empty. Ujjayi breath. In through the nose and out through the nose. Long, slow breath rhythms. Begin to tap into the movement of your diaphragm and exaggerate, expanding more fully, creating more space for air to enter your body, and gathering or condensing fully, pressing all the bits of air out. Moving out of your everyday breath into a much more active breathing process. You may begin to feel air coming into the sides of your body, into the upper parts of your rib cage on the front and the back of your body near the shoulders. Maybe even feel air or expansive energy down in the belly near to the pelvis. Let's focus the mental energy on the sensation of expanding and gathering for about 5 or 7 more rounds of breath. Allowing for the breath to be audible and rhythmic. On your next exhale, bring your hands together at the center of your chest, uniting the right and left sides of your body. You're welcome to keep your eyes closed for just another moment. Rub your hands vigorously together, generating some heat in the palms of your hands. Continue rubbing, increasing the palm temperature. Also building some warmth in your shoulders, perhaps. Another breath in. And a breath out. Place your warm palms over your closed eyes. And blink your eyes open, taking in the light slowly, then release your hands. We'll do just a little warm up for our wrist before we move on. Do a little wrist circling. Notice which way your wrists are going, and then circle the other way. Then make a tight fist, activating the muscles of your hands. Really squeeze quite tightly, and then release and stretch your fingers. One more time. Tight fist, squeezing all the muscles of the wrists and fists, and then stretch. Now we'll take the arms directly forward, and you might need a little shoulder roll there, staying open through the collarbones. Take your right hand back, a little stretch for the underside of your forearm. So I'm reaching over to draw the fingers back. If you engage your thumb, extending your thumb, that can intensify. And then try your other side. One hand up and over to draw your wrist back. And while we're doing this preparation, you're still breathing. Now make a fist with both hands and point your fist downward toward the floor. And just move your fist side to side for a moment. You may notice extra tightness in your dominant hand, whichever hand you use the mouse with, that one. Now let's intensify. Take your hand underneath the fist and draw those knuckles back. And try to maintain the smoothness to your breath, even if this is a very intense sensation. I haven't yet done my dominant hand, but when I get there, whoo. All right, go ahead and switch and breathe through it. For me, this is my mouse hand, and it is tight. And then release with another wrist circle, just releasing and noticing the mobility in your wrists. Now let's take ourselves to tabletop. We'll do one more wrist preparation here. Turn your wrists the opposite direction, so your fingers point toward your knees. And you can rock forward and back a little bit. This is waking up the underside of the forearms. And then we'll flip our hands around to the normal position for cat and cow. Inhale, extend your tail and crown. Exhale, flex your spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, flex. Continue on your own rhythm. Inhaling to extend the vertebrae, lifting your hips, tilting the pelvis, and reversing. One or two more rounds. Return to neutral. Neutral is a little support through the spine, gaze just past your hands. We'll open up through the side. Pivot your right shin out as you extend your left leg, circling your left arm up and over. You end up facing the long edge of your mat. Press into your right hand actively as you're stretching left arm up and over. The spine is laterally bending to your right or toward the floor. Take another breath in and breath out. Reverse your arm circle as knee and hand return to tabletop. Second side. Pivot your left shin out, extend the right leg. Circle your right arm up and over. Your hips and shoulders end up facing the side. Activate the bottom arm. Stretch the top arm. Breathe. reverse your arm circle, return to tabletop. Back to the first side one more time. Extend the left leg, circle your arm open. Stay here for an extra 2 breaths. If you like, you can extend that bottom knee into your side plank. One more inhale. Exhale, return to tabletop. Second side. Pivoting open. Once you find that shape, you can stay balanced on the hand and foot, perhaps extending the bottom knee. One more inhale. And an exhale. Return to tabletop. And let's thread the needle. Extend the right leg behind with your toe tucked. So your toe is on the floor, pressing through the heel, and you're hugging your hips together for stability. Take your left arm up toward the sky. Inhale. Exhale, thread the needle, reaching left arm under right. Inhale, open once again. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. Last time opening, inhale. Thread the needle, ear and shoulder come to the floor. Your right hand can extend forward toward the top of the mat. Or you can wrap your right hand around your back. On your next inhale, return to tabletop. Equal weight on your forelimbs. Second side. If you're joining, just do a cat and cow or 2 to warm up your body. Tuck your left toe, stabilize the pelvis. You're hugging your hips together. Then open right arm, inhale. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread. Inhale, open. Exhale, thread, and ear and shoulder come to the floor. You can release left knee to the floor as well. Left arm can slide forward or wrap behind your back. Find your breath. Notice where your mind goes. If you're thinking about many things, try to redirect your mental energy toward the breath. On your next inhale, return to tabletop, equal weight on forelimbs. Walk your hands forward, puppy dog, letting your upper spine drape toward the floor. You can be on your chin, that's more intense, or the forehead. You can be on the hands or on your fingertips. One more breath in. And a breath out. Come back up and we'll move to child's pose. So we just went from that big extension now to a deep flexion. Hips are toward the heels. Forehead is on the floor. Your knees can be wide as you walk your hands forward. And breathe. At the beginning of class, we were thinking about the breath expanding and contracting in the body. Return to that sensation here in child's pose. And I'd say imagine, but you can actually feel the body expanding. The back of your body in particular expands like a balloon sliding out to the side and softens towards the midline as you exhale. Try one more breath while you observe that sensation. Return to tabletop. We have one last little bit of warming up before we move on. Extend the right leg. Circle your ankle 4 times to the right. And while you're doing this, you're breathing and stabilizing through the pelvis. If you want to make this even more challenging, you can extend the left arm, just balancing on 2 points. Now reverse your ankle circle, 4 ankle circles the other direction. And pause with a flexed foot and a strong, now if you didn't have the left arm, add the left arm. Breathe in. Exhale, dome your spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, dome. Inhale, extend. Exhale, dome. Last time extending. Replace arm and leg. Let's warm up our other ankle. Left foot is back, and there's energy through the leg, but that energy is coming from support in the core. Circle your ankle 4 times. You could have your right arm extended this whole time if you choose. And circle your ankle 4 times the other direction. Pause with a flexed foot, and if you haven't, extend the right arm, take a breath in. Exhale, knee to nose, dome your spine. Inhale, extend. Exhale, dome. Inhale, extend. Last time, dome. Inhale, extend. Replace arm and leg. And let's find downward dog. Tuck your toes, lift hips up and back. Pedal through the feet, shifting weight from one hip to the other. And pause in your downward dog. Pause, you still have dynamic energy in the body. Your hips are reaching up, your arms are spiraling. Take another breath in. And walk your feet to your hands. Stand at the top of the mat for a moment. Bend your knees, engage your glutes. Inhale as you stand all the way up. Okay, yogis, we've made it to standing. Take a moment, check in with your breath again. Find the inhale and exhale. You may place your hand on your belly, hands at the center of your chest, or palms open beside you. As we move into Sun B, you're welcome to practice with your feet together or feet hips width apart. Start with an inhale. Exhale, chair, Utkatasana. Creasing in the hips, sitting low in the pelvis. Sweep your arms above head. And you can have a V shape to the arms. One more inhale. Exhale, fold. Half lift, inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. And step back to plank. Pause in plank for just a moment. You're looking forward past your hands. The first time through, let's lower the knees to the floor using that support. And then the chest lowers as well. Mini Cobra or Sphinx. It's our first time in Sphinx or a back extension. Enjoy another breath in. And a breath out, gently lower. Using your core strength, move to table on an inhale and downward dog as you exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. Taking a lunge on each side. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, knee to nose, dome your spine. Inhale, kick back. Step your right foot between your hands. Lower the back knee down, untuck the toe, and bring your torso up. First time in a lunge, we'll also take a variation with the knee down. You can take a moment to adjust the pelvis. For me, this means dropping right hip down. And then as you're ready, guide the hips forward. Arms can sweep above head, again using the V shape to accommodate any tightness in your shoulders. Press very actively into your front heel. Similarly, press actively into your back big toe. From those two stable points on the ground, look skyward, inhale, and exhale, plank dog. Plant your hands, plank, downward dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left leg lifts, inhale. Knee to nose. Inhale, kick back. Step your left foot through. Lower right knee down. Bring your torso up. And a little mini adjustment. I always, on the first time through, need just a little wiggle. Once your hips are square, guide forward into the lunge. Arms can sweep above head. Now think about the energy or the connection to earth. Stamping down into your heel, pressing down into your back toenails. From that point of stability, you lengthen up. Inhale, exhale, reach forward, plank, dog. Inhale, exhale. Look forward, walk your feet to your hands. Inhale, half lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, lower. Chair, hips down, torso up. And stand up Tadasana. Recover the breath. Big breath in. Big breath out. Round two. Few variations. Start with an inhale. Exhale, chair. I invite you to take the V-shaped arm once again, or you can press your hands together, uniting your right and left sides of the body. Similarly, you're hugging your hips together toward the midline. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold. Half lift, inhale. Plant your hands, step or hop, high to low plank. All on the same exhale, and you can use your knees as you lower still. Cobra. Downward dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Right leg lifts on an inhale. Exhale, dome. Inhale, kick back. Step your right foot forward to a lunge. High lunge this time if you choose. So as you bring your body up, you still have a little bend to the knee, the pelvis is neutral, and you can add the arms. V shape or united above head. Press down into your earth-bound contact points. And inhale, lengthen the spine, maybe looking up. Exhale, plank dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. Left leg lifts. Knee to nose. Kick back. Step forward. High or low lunge. Body comes up. I always recommend a little bend to the back knee to help neutralize the pelvis. Add your arms. Strong feet. Option to inhale and extend the spine. Exhale, plank dog. Breathe in. Breathe out. At the end of your exhale, step or hop, feet to hands. Half lift when you arrive. Exhale, lower. Chair. Hips down, torso up. And stand up to asana. Breath in, recovery breath. We'll do one more time through single breath movement. Start with an inhale. Exhale, chair. One breath with your arms. Exhale, fold. Half lift. High to low plank, all on one exhale. Cobra on your next inhale. Downward dog. Right leg lifts, inhale. Knee to nose. Kick back. Step forward. One breath up, one breath down. Inhale. Exhale, find downward dog. Left leg lifts. Knee to nose. Kick back. Step forward. One breath up. One breath down. Let's take an inhale in downward dog. When you finish your exhale, bring your feet to your hands. Half lift. Release. Chair, inhale. And stand up Tadasana. Recover your breath. Notice your heartbeat. Connect your mental energy to your breath rhythm. Before we go into a warrior sequence, we'll do a little Malasana moment. Separate your feet about the width of your mat and sit low. Now there's a couple of variations you may choose here. If just being here on your feet is a lot, shift forward so you have some of your weight on your hands, and you can be here and play with rocking side to side. You can open, which we'll do together. You could also place a block under your pelvis at an appropriate height and sit. That can give your shoulders a little reprieve. Wherever you are, think about the soles of your feet. These are the soles of our feet, used to be as mobile as our fingers. So imagine you could grip a branch with your feet, creating a little arch, creating a little activity, and even engaging your feet like you were gripping a branch creates some opening through the pelvis. Now we're going to do a bit of movement. Move your hands over to the left. Open up your right arm. You have a seal between the left arm and leg. Look toward your top hand. Breathe into your back space, imagining your breath coming into your flank, that space right behind your shoulder down to your hip. And close your hands together. Move your hands over to the right, creating a seal between shoulder and knee. Then open your left arm. Still think about your feet gripping a branch. And gently close. Teeter-totter forward into a forward fold. Bring your feet underneath you. Knees are bent here for your forward fold, and you could interlace opposite elbows or take a grip. Big peace fingers around big toes. Inhale, look forward, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold over the legs. Elbows are wide. We're transitioning to downward dog. Plant your hands, step your feet back, and yogi's choice. You can go through this vinyasa, or you can just go plank dog. I'll show that vinyasa one time, but I will go from plank to dog today. Into our warrior series. Right leg lifts with an inhale. Step your right foot forward. Spin the back heel down. Drop your pelvis to bring your torso up. Arms can extend when you arrive. I always like a little check-in with the pelvis to make sure I'm aligned. You can do the same if you like. Breathe in and breathe out. Right arm to sky. Inhale. Exhale, stay. One more breath in. Back through warrior two. Right arm to ankle. Left arm to sky. You could also rest on the thigh. There's a line of energy from your foot through the hip to your top hand. Another breath in and a breath out. Reach your right arm up to sky one more time. Cartwheel to the floor, pause. Choices. You can go through vinyasa or go directly to downward dog. Vinyasa is the push-up cobra combination. Breathe in and breathe out when you arrive to downward dog. Let's lift the left leg. Inhale. Exhale, step it forward to warrior two. Spin the back heel down. Bring your body up. And I'll turn around. A little check-in is welcome, so you can adjust pelvis, do a little adjustment of the rotation of the legs. Take another breath in and a breath out. Left arm to sky. One more inhale. Pass through warrior two. Left arm to ankle. Think about the line of energy from your heel through the hip to the top hand. One more time, reach skyward on an inhale. And cartwheel to the floor. Options, plank dog or vinyasa. Lower your knees to the floor. Finishing this series with a forearm prep. You place your forearms on the floor, and if you want to watch this setup, you're welcome to. You press your forearms down and walk your feet toward your hands so your hips are stacked over the shoulders. Thinking about the mid-back doming toward the space behind you. So I'm thinking about mid-back toward Buddha. Go ahead and try. You're on your forearms. Bend your knees. Walk your feet toward your hands, thinking about your mid-ribs or your lowest ribs doming toward the space behind you. Hips are over your shoulders. A breath in. And a breath out. Lower your knees or adjust however you need back to downward dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Walk your feet to your hands and step feet outside the hands for your Malasana squat. This is where we began the series. So we're back to the beginning. Remember, you have the option of being on your hands and moving. You can kind of just crawl like an animal, letting your knees rotate in and out. Or you can be here in Malasana, gripping a branch with your feet. Notice how that creates a little arch. Move your hands to the right, open up. Let's go to the right. I went to the left when I said right. And open up your left arm. Option, if it's available, to wrap all the way around your back and maybe bind hands. You're hugging that knee with the back of your elbow. One more inhale. Exhale. If you're bound, unbind and release. Move your hands over to the left. Open. And maybe you're just reaching in space. That's great. Maybe you're able to find the bind. I'm a little tight today. I'm not sure if this side will cooperate. So breathe. If it's not cooperating, accept what it is and breathe. Excellent. Unbind and we'll teeter-totter into your forward fold. Bringing your feet underneath you. A little bend to the knees in the forward fold so your belly is close to thighs, your head is released. If you would like this time, you could slide the palms of your hands under your feet. So you're stepping on the palms. Imagine pulling your palms up. And notice what that does to the shoulders. For me, it creates some length through the back. Breathe in. Transition of choice, yogis, downward dog. You can step, jump, fly, float, take an inversion. We'll meet in downward dog. One more time through our warrior series. Inhale your right leg up. Exhale, step it forward. Spin your back heel down. Use the inhale to assist. It helps to engage the core. Exhale when you arrive. Right arm to sky. Right arm to earth. Breathe into this shape, finding some length. One more time, skyward reach. Inhale. And exhale, adding on one thing at the end. Pause in your lunge and rotate to the right. Another breath in. Thread your right hand inside right leg, lower back knee. Your front foot can turn out to the side as you lower your chest toward the floor. You have some variations for what you do with the right leg. Yogi's choice. You might be bringing your chest close to the floor. You might lean away from your leg. You might reach your right hand forward or back. As I mentioned, there are lots of variations depending on what you want to get out of it. Reaching forward is a little more for the iliopsoas. Leaning left is a little more for your outer hip, piriformis. Finding the back foot is a little more for the opposite quadricep. Whatever choice you've made, take a deep breath in and an equally deep breath out. Plank dog. You're welcome to go through Vinyasa, taking a cobra. From downward dog, let's do our second side. Left leg lifts. Step it forward. Warrior two. Inhale up. Exhale when you arrive. Left arm to sky. Left arm to ankle. Breathe into the shape. Reaching way forward with that top arm, but also way back with your leg. Good, opening your chest. One more time, left arm to sky. And cartwheel to the floor. You're on the ball of your back foot, stable through the pelvis. Rotate left. Another inhale. Thread your left hand inside the right, lower knee, lower chest. With your chest close to the floor, find your breath. You could make this very active or a little more passive, yogi's choice. Remember the multiple variations. The left arm could be forward. The left arm could be back. Left arm could be on left thigh. And transition. Plank dog or Vinyasa. We'll meet in downward dog. Breathe in. And breathe out. Lower down to your knees. One more forearm inversion prep. So you can do the exact same thing, or some of you have headstand in your practice. If it's in your practice, go ahead. Otherwise, we're going to do a preparation for headstand. This time, we'll set up with the forearms, and we'll set up with the head in tripod. Then as you come up onto your feet, your hips are over the shoulders. You're pressing down, and maybe you lift one foot for a breath, and the other foot for a breath. You're thinking about the ribs moving toward Buddha behind you, if you also have a Buddha in your space. So play with your variation. Strong through your back, pressing down firmly through your arms. Whatever variation you've chosen. Breathing. Bring your feet to the floor. Child's pose. Breathing in. Breathing out. If you were upside down, we're all in some type of inversion. Let the blood pressure regulate here by breathing. One more juicy sequence here involving pigeon. From downward dog. Lift your right leg. Stack your hips. Bend the knee. Breathe in and breathe out. Bring your right shin forward. Variations here, yogis. I always recommend a prop for your hip. It can be a blanket, it can be a water bottle on its side, but find something to support the pelvis. Take a breath or two in the lifted pigeon. As you're ready, recline your pigeon. The The self-adjustment I like in this pose is to take the right hand to the quadricep and gently slide the flesh out to the side. So you're just kind of encouraging the flesh of your thigh to rotate. Breath in, breath out. Keep the breath flowing. Inhale your body up and transition back to downward dog. Take your time, yogis. Mindful as you move out of that deep hip stretch. Pedal out through the feet. Preparing for the second side. Lift your left leg. Bend your knee, stack the hips. And step your left shin forward, or slide your left shin forward. Set up a piece of support for the left hip if you need. And if there's nothing handy, use your hand. That's handy. You can put your fist right under that hip. When you lay down, it provides a nice bolster. If you're still lifted, having a moment with your spine stacked, breathe in and breathe out. Take it into your recline. Let your mind return to the breath rhythm. The mind may want to think about other things, to plan, to task. Set aside those activities of the mind and allow it to just be focused on the breath. On your next inhale, bring your body up. One more time, find downward dog. Breathe in and breathe out. Come forward and onto your belly. You can place your forehead on your hands. Reach your left hand back for your left foot. Elbow points up to the sky, gently drawing your heel toward the glute. Breathe. Gently exhale, release, and trade hands, trade feet. Left elbow points up to the sky, heel to glute. Gently release. Child's pose. Slide back, hips towards heels. Forehead on the floor. And you can do knees together variation. If your knees are together, it might feel better to have hands by your feet. Or you can do wide knee that we've done before with hands forward. Gently bring your torso up. We'll just do one seated pose before we make our way onto our backs. Baddha Konasana, we'll do it 2 times through, and you can do it 2 different ways, or the same way twice. So feet can be close to your hips. You can be sitting on a block, or you can have a little space between your hips and not be sitting on a block. Breathe in. Breathe out, fold, hinging from your hips, keeping the width through your collarbones. So without bending your mid-back, you may not have as much range of motion. Focusing on the length of your low spine and a gentle rotation of the hips. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, body up, and we'll go into round 2. If you choose, you can keep the same setup, or you can make a lot of space between your hips and your heels. And in this variation, you're welcome to let the spine bend. You could even place a block or a pillow on the floor as a place to rest your forehead. Allowing your spine to soften in this flexed position. As you inhale, bring your body up and make your way onto your back. When you lay on your back, place feet on the floor with knees up toward the sky. Sometimes laying on your back with your legs extended long can put pressure on your low back. Bending your knees can alleviate that tension. Breathe. Bring your right knee to your chest, extend your left leg long. After your exhale, trade legs. Mindful breathing. Place your left foot on the floor. Use the left foot to slide your hips to the side. Now you can drape your left leg across the body. Left arm can reach away from the leg. Supine spinal twist. One more inhale. Gently return to your back. Square your hips, place your right foot on the floor. Use your right foot to slide your hips to the right, then drape the knee across the body. Right shoulder reaching away from the knee. One more inhale. Gently return to your back, happy baby, or some other variation that finishes your practice just right. You can hug your knees, Apanasana. Hold your feet, Supta Baddha Konasana. Or open your feet, Anandasana. If you'd like an inversion, shoulder stand, Shirshasana, you can take that as well. Yogi's choice. Breathe in. Breathe out. Prepare for Shavasana. Let your legs lengthen on the mat. Let your legs fall open. Palms can be open to the sky. As you settle into your Shavasana, notice the parts of your body that connect to the earth. Your ribs, your head, your pelvis, the legs and the arms. Breathe into your earthbound contact points. Let the breath be a place of rest for the mind. As you move into Shavasana, we'll be here for just a few minutes and I'll guide you out. For the next few minutes, enjoy the rhythm of your breath. Maintain that point of focus, and a meditative state may arrive to you. Gently bring your attention back to your space. Deepen your inhale and exhale. Wiggle your fingers and toes, introducing movement back to the body slowly. Stretch arms overhead. And as you're ready, roll to the right side. Spend a breath on the right before pressing up to a seated position. While you're transitioning, I'll offer a mantra, and I invite you to join me after the mantra for an Om. Swasti prajabhya paripalayantam nayena margena mahi mahisha go brahmanibhya shubhamasta nityam loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. One Om. Inhale. Gently bow your head to meet your heart. Acknowledging the work you do to unite mind, body, and spirit, and sharing that sense of unity with the world. Namaste. Hi, yoga friends. It's so exciting, whether I'm seeing your face or just your name, to see these people I love in virtual space. Hello, Hillary. Hello, Stacy. Angela, hello. Paul, thanks for joining. Paul, also thanks for joining. Shannon, I've seen you, and I know you're there. Great to see you. Mikey, thanks for joining. And Andy. Oh, and I missed you. Oh, there you are. Hello. You went from a box to a face. Randy, nice to see you. You're still muted, but I know you're saying hi. I'm learning how to read muted lips.
There, I'm muted as Andy does this all the time.
I'm curious how my students are. It's week 5, and all of a sudden I have a mute issue where I speak on mute more than I ever did in the first month of online teaching. I don't know what's going on. I did a whole, like it was 10 minutes before a student said, "You've been on mute." Like, that was 10 minutes.
Was a bunch of freshmen? Were they scared to tell you?
It was freshmen. Oh, it feels good to laugh again. Seriously, it's been a week, it's been a month, it's been a year, but I see you and we're restored, and we can take this like little bit of glimmering positive energy out into the world, because man, do we need it. Have wonderful weekends, all of you. Please.
You too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremy. Appreciate you so much.
Yeah.
We're back!
Bye.
Bye. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you.
It really is damn exciting. I didn't realize how excited I was going to be to see all those people I haven't seen in... Because they kind of fell off the... I mean...
Yeah, I sent an email yesterday to, I think I tagged clients going back to